There's a moment in Star Wars where you stop thinking of Darth Vader as the tragic fallen hero and start realizing you're watching the galaxy's most dangerous predator at work. The Kenobi series doesn't waste any time making that shift clear. You hear the breathing before you see him. You feel the weight in the air like the scene itself is holding its breath. And then he's just there, walking down a street like a nightmare with a schedule. What gets me is how deliberate everything feels. He's not rushing, he's not chasing, he's just moving forward because he knows you'll break before he does. Snapping necks in the middle of the crowd, dragging people into the street. It's not about efficiency, it's about making a point. That's not the face of a broken man, that's the grin of someone who's decided the only joy left is in watching other people suffer. And yet somehow, we still catch ourselves wondering if there's anything left of Anakin under there. That's the trap. The show lets you see just enough of the man he used to be to make you think redemption is possible. And then he throws it in your face by making it clear he killed that man himself. You don't get to feel sorry for him without also feeling foolish. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how Kenobi proved Darth Vader wasn't just broken, but was pure evil by choice. We'll dig into the moments that stripped away the myth of his tragedy, the calculated cruelty in his every move, and the way this series reframed him as something far worse than the sad shadow of Anakin Skywalker. So strap in, because this is Vader without the mask of pity, and it's a lot darker than you remember. The Kenobi series promised to show us something we'd never seen before. Not just another Vader fight, not just another rematch between master and apprentice, but a glimpse into what Darth Vader really is when there's no one left to restrain him. We've all heard the stories of his cruelty, the whispered tales in the galaxy of the Jedi killer. But it's different when you see it happen right in front of you. Right from the first episode, he appears. You start noticing things. The way he moves like a predator. The cold silence between his words. The deliberate pauses that make you lean in just before he lashes out. This isn't the hesitant Anakin from Mustafar. This is someone comfortable in his own darkness. And then there's that first village sequence. You hear the breathing. You see the fear ripple through the crowd. And without hesitation, he snaps a man's neck in the street. Drags another down a dirt road by the throat. Forces the rest to watch like it's a performance. It makes you wonder if this is the same man who once saved a planet as a Jedi Knight. Even his interactions with ObiWan drip with a kind of calculated malice. He's not just there to win a fight, he's there to humiliate. To drag out the fear. To break his old master piece by piece. It's the kind of villainy that feels personal in a way most Star Wars antagonists never do. It leaves you asking a question that's hard to shake. Was Vader ever really broken? Or had he fully embraced exactly who he wanted to be? The frustrating part is how many people still insist on calling him tragic first and evil second, as if every terrible thing he does is somehow a cry for help instead of an intentional act. But watch Kenobi closely and you'll see there's no confusion in him, no hesitation, just choice after choice that leads deeper into darkness. When he hunts ObiWan on Mapuzo, he doesn't go for a quick kill, he forces him into the fire, dragging the fight out with the same glee a cat has when it toys with a mouse. That's not someone lost in the moment, that's someone savoring it. And it's not just about ObiWan. Vader targets civilians, children, anyone unlucky enough to cross his path. The galaxy may see him as an unstoppable force, but in Kenobi, you see he's also a petty one. Willing to burn entire settlements just to draw out one man. That's not strategy, that's spite. Even when he's challenged, like in the fight with Reva, he treats it like a game, disarming her without igniting his own blade until the last moment. Letting her think she has a chance before shattering it. It's arrogance built on total control. You can't chalk this up to being damaged. This is a man who knows exactly how much fear and pain he's causing, and enjoys it. But buried in all that rage is something else. A deep, gnawing emptiness that you can't help but notice. It's in the pauses after he's won. In the way he stares through the mask when no one is speaking. It's like watching someone stand on the ruins of everything they destroyed, only to realize the ruins are all they have left. When ObiWan cracks the helmet, for a second you see Anakin's face, and for a second you wonder if maybe there's still something there, but then he speaks. Not with regret, but with a kind of finality that cuts deeper than the blade. He says he killed Anakin Skywalker, and he means it. That's the moment you know the man ObiWan cared for is gone. It's heartbreaking, because ObiWan's reaction is pure grief. You see the weight hit him, the way it finally sinks in that there's no saving his friend. All the guilt he carried for years. Thinking he'd failed, Anakin shatters against the reality that Anakin chose this. The sorrow isn't just for what Vader is, now it's for the certainty that there's no turning back. The man who once dreamed of freeing the galaxy from tyranny is now the tyrant himself. And even when the scene ends, you're left with that quiet ache, knowing the boy from Tatooine is gone forever. There's a twisted kind of awe in watching Vader operate at full power. The way he tears through soldiers without breaking stride. The way he catches a ship mid-flight and rips it apart like it's made of paper. It's the purest display of dominance we've ever seen from him in live action. His fight choreography in Kenobi isn't flashy for the sake of it's efficient, calculated. Every movement is about control, whether he's deflecting blaster bolts or overpowering an opponent's blade. You never get the sense he's improvising. He's already decided how the fight ends before it begins. And then there's his presence. That towering frame, the sound of his breathing, the way the light reflects off his armor. Every frame he's in feels heavier, like the air itself is being pulled toward him. It's cinematic intimidation at its finest. The duel with ObiWan in the finale is a masterclass. From the sheer force of his blows to the precision of his counters, it's clear he's not holding anything back. And even when he loses, it doesn't feel like weakness, it feels like inevitability delayed. Watching him in Kenobi reminds you exactly why the galaxy fears his name. Not because he's broken, but because he's complete. In the midst of all that darkness, Kenobi still finds a way to give us a sliver of hope. Not for Vader, he's far gone, but for the ones who survive him. Obi-Wan walks away from that final fight lighter, not because he's won, but because he finally understands the truth. By accepting that Anakin is gone, Obi-Wan can stop chasing the ghost of his friend. He can start focusing on protecting what's left of the light. That clarity is what allows him to reconnect with the Force in a way he hadn't since the fall of the Jedi. We also see hope in the resilience of those who cross Vader's path. Leia escapes, Reva turns away from vengeance. The people of Jabiim live to fight another day. Even in the shadow of his cruelty, the spark of resistance keeps burning. It's the reminder that evil can dominate a moment, but it can't own the future. Every act of survival, every life saved, is a defiance of everything Vader stands for. And in Star Wars, that's how hope wins, not by destroying the darkness, but by refusing to let it define you. But no matter how much hope lingers, the tragedy of Kenobi is that Darth Vader walks away unchanged. Stronger, if anything. He doesn't see the cracks in his armor as weakness, he wears them as proof of his endurance. Every scar, every defeat, becomes another reason to dig deeper into the darkness. The final image we have of him is not a man questioning his choices, but a figure sitting in his fortress, alone, unrepentant. There's no glimmer of Anakin here, no hesitation. Only the certainty of someone who knows exactly who he is and refuses to be anything else. And that's what makes him more than just broken. Broken suggests something that could be fixed. Vader is beyond that. He's chosen this path with his eyes open, and every step forward is one more nail in the coffin of the man he once was. Kenobi doesn't leave us with a tragic anti-hero, it leaves us with a villain fully realized. A man who could have been a savior, but instead became the embodiment of fear. In the end, the mask isn't hiding a wounded soul. It's revealing the monster he's proud to be. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that share button. My main channel is Critical Analysis Hub, where I post Star Wars content about the movies. My secondary channel is Critical Analysis Hub Plus, where I focus on the shows of Star Wars. And my third channel is Critical Analysis Hub XP, where I post comic books. Be sure to take a moment and check them out. Thanks, and may the Force be with you.